Yo, what up, gang? Nice to see y'all today. Today, we're gonna be watching another Hustle Ninja video. I reacted to a video from this channel a couple weeks ago, and it was absolutely amazing. This channel is by Rich Kuhn, and he makes a ton of videos on entrepreneurship, so I highly recommend that you guys check it out. In this one, I guess we're gonna learn the story of Justin, who built a brand that generated 7 figures in a month, so $1 million month. So let's check this out. All these videos that he makes are absolute bangers, so get ready, don't leave, watch till the end, drop a like, subscribe.
What's up? My name is Rich. Welcome back to another video. I got somebody special with me today, the homie Justin. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. My name is Justin Phillips, one of the co-founders of a brand called Support Black Colleges, and our mission is to uplift, inspire, and raise awareness for HBCUs and get our black kids back to our black schools.
All right, so I'm going to ask Justin a few questions, and we're going to tour the warehouse.
Damn.
Let's do it.
Wow, that's a massive warehouse. So his business supports black colleges.
Right,
That's actually
black
pretty
colleges.
dope.
Yeah.
I see the brand, bro. So you want to tell me, like, what chose you to, head this direction? What made you feel like you needed to bring awareness?
Yeah, for sure. So I went to a HBCU called Howard University up in DC, and I was the first person in my family to go to college. So just that alone, the only reason I even chose to go to Howard was because I was getting my hair cut, right? And it wasn't even my actual barber, it was my replacement barber or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's cutting my hair and he's like, what school did you get accepted to? So I told him Baylor, University of North Texas, Howard. And he was like, man, just go out of state and go get that experience. I didn't know what an HBCU was. I didn't know about fraternities, sororities, any of that stuff at all. But when I got up there, it changed my life. So it was just like, man, why don't people know about this? Why am I just now figuring out this? Why doesn't my mom know about this? So it was like, bro, we got to bring some awareness to this and, get our kids to come to these types of schools, because I had no clue at all. So that was kind of where it started.
That's where it started. So, and then you had to start on the brand. What made you feel like that was the right investment? I saw on Instagram, bro, you invested your last $10,000 into it, and you had like 2 cents.
Yeah, that's it. So it's funny because my business partner and his cousin actually started the brand together when we were all in school together. So initially I was just helping them out, made them an Instagram, a Twitter, things of that nature. They did it by themselves for like 4 years off and on. But then me and my partner Corey, we became good friends. We made some money together throwing parties in college and stuff like that. And then he was like, bro, let's bring this back. Let's revive it. Let's do it for real. I quit my job. I was working for 6 months. I quit. It just wasn't in my DNA to work for somebody. I had like $600-$700 in passive income, like managing people's social media, and that's all I needed. It was just like, that's enough to pay rent, that's enough to eat, I'm cool, like, let's do it. So I moved to Atlanta, and then I had $10,000 left from what I saved with my job. Corey was like, bro, I got $20,000 in inventory, you cut me a check of $10,000, we 50-50 partners, we ain't looking back from then on. And I sent him the $10,000. He didn't know that's all I had 2 pennies left in my bank account, didn't know how I was gonna eat that day, didn't know how I was gonna pay rent that month, nothing at all. But then we started working from then on, and that's the story from the beginning.
That's what's up, man. You make it sound easy and hard at the same time.
So
I don't know which one it is.
Right.
But let's tour the warehouse some more, and then let's dive into it a little more.
All right, let's do it.
Wow. Got some nice merch, I gotta say. I like the colors and the design, it's pretty dope. It's very niche down too. I think that plays a role in, probably how fast they were able to scale.
All right, so before we dig a little more into how you built the brand, what was the first product you launched?
Yeah, first products was kind of a little collection. Hoodies, t-shirts, bombers, stuff like that. So, but this is our classic hoodie, Chanel patch, adhesive backing, heat press it on, sew it down, ship it on out.
But what was the process like for you to figure out how to do it, like from scratch?
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure at a certain point you was like, I don't know how to do it.
Right, yeah, for sure. We relied heavily on Corey's cousin in the start of the business at first, and then we started getting more into like cut and sew and reaching out to vendors that are overseas, and then even finding stateside vendors. So now we use Alpha Broder to find our t-shirts, hoodies, and then we just did some research, bro. AliExpress, Alibaba, found some Chanel patch guys, and then found cheaper people and just kept doing it that way. So then we got our price as low as possible, and that was pretty much it.
All right, so at what point did you feel like instead of producing it yourself, you needed to outsource it?
Yeah, because, bro, we realized that in entrepreneurship, you really got to play on your strengths. So we choose to hire out our weaknesses, and we felt like we're like really strong at marketing, really strong at branding, but production and keeping up with times and putting everybody, it just wasn't our thing. So, you know, we ended up feeling like we were losing money by trying to have a production house. Why not just get a fixed cost, using a partner outside, and then just sell straight from there and focus on our strengths, which is marketing and shipping packages out.
All right, so what struggles did you have when it came to production or fulfilling or even, you know, scaling the business, outsourcing? What's the biggest struggle?
Man, the struggles are just, you don't know what you don't know. So at the beginning, we were printing out labels on paper, taping them down to our packages and sending them all out. And that's how we were doing it. We just didn't have the brain capacity to figure out that you can use sticky labels. And then there's thermal printers that you can use. We just didn't know. So some of the struggles were that, just some of the things that you just don't know, because in entrepreneurship,
you learn with experience.
Every day is different, and you just really don't know until you actually get into the mix. So it was more so of just not knowing certain things and then having to go out and do the research to even find it, but not knowing even what to look up either.
Right.
So, yeah.
You don't have the questions for the answers yet.
Bro, exactly.
All right, let's look a little more into the warehouse, and then we're going to ask more about the brand. Let's find out some more about you, man.
All right, let's do it.
A lot of you guys may not know, especially those of you that drop ship, but if you ever do hold inventory, just buy sticky labels. They are the plug, and that's what he's talking about. He was printing the labels out on paper, but there's sticky labels you can buy.
All right, so we talked about struggles in fulfillment. We talked about struggles in getting the stuff produced. What about struggles with the brand? Was there ever a point, you know, you had your darkest hour, whatever it may be, you were just struggling to get it going?
Yeah, I mean, I think just in the beginning, like when I had first invested that $10,000, I literally had nothing, bro. Like, and a lot of people don't know, before I moved back from Houston to here, I was living in a 1-bedroom apartment with 5 people. So we was splitting up the rent, so that was cool. $700, $150 or whatever a piece.
Yeah.
So I was like stacking up, but that was just probably the darkest spot, like especially just trying to figure out how to get started or what to do. But I think that, yeah, around then, just living with 4 or 5 people, like not having the best mindset, just needing to get out of there. Then immediately moving to Atlanta, and then my apartment, I was subleasing it when I moved. The first month when I moved, right after I invested that $10,000, I didn't have money to pay my rent, and then the person that was subleasing my apartment didn't pay. So I had 2 rents and no money. So at that point, it was just like I had to just get down and just figure it out.
Stressful.
And I was just in the darkest place. But that's when I started meditating, reading, those types of things, getting really into that, and that's when things started to change, really. So, but
Well, it worked out.
it worked out. Look,
Small
we got it
habits.
Yeah. But man, so at what point did you feel like it worked out? At what point, like, did you have a celebrity wear it?
Yeah.
Where was the success? At what point?
I think there was like 2 points. One was when I first learned paid ads, and I just procrastinated on it for so long. And then something told me, bro, if you don't just launch your campaign today, you're never gonna do it. Then I launched it, $50 a day when I first started, and then that next day had a 4.5 ROAS. So I was like, okay, like that's a cool little win. This works. Then like a month or 2 down the line, Chris Paul wore something, Eva Marcel, a couple bigger celebrities, and then you start to see like $20,000, $30,000 in a day. And I was like, oh yeah, this is serious. Like this is for real. And then that's when I felt like, you know, things started moving.
30K.
All right, so a lot of people always ask me though, like, what's the typical ad spend? What should people expect, like, on a cost for purchase? Where should somebody start with Facebook ads? Because anytime we get into this conversation, people are like,
Right. Yeah, so when I first started, I just spent $5 on 10 different ad sets, $50 a day. That's where I started. So whenever people ask me for a solid number, that's
simple.
what I always say. But the true answer in my perspective is you should just invest whatever you're willing to completely lose. And you know, that just goes with anything. Like if you're holding on to that money and you can't do without it, don't put that in ads.
That's
It's just
such
not
good
a good
advice.
idea. So, but just to start out, I started with $50 a day. So that's how I'd answer.
so congrats on the success, man.
Appreciate it, bro.
Congrats. So what's next for the brand? What's next for you?
Yeah, so now we're moving over into scaling up, obviously. We're working with a lot of cool people. A lot of big box retailers have been reaching out, so looking into getting to a bunch of stores. We got 4 or 5 like really big players looking to get us in. And then me and Corey are both moving into the digital side too, because we realize that so many people see what we're doing and they like it, but they want to know how to do it themselves as well. So I just put out an ebook. Corey put out an ebook a few days ago, and I put one out last month, packaging up all of our knowledge from 0 to 6 and 7 figure months that we're having now. Everything from top to bottom, all of our vendors, all of our freelancers, the people that run our ads, our SE, like literally everything, we put it all in there. So we're moving into the digital space. But as far as the brand, we're looking for the long term. So like we think in like 5, 10, 15 years. So we're trying to become like the next like Black Nike type of thing. That's what we're looking, you know, doing everything Black from start to finish. You're talking about like, because even now you might be Black owned, but the garments aren't coming from like, you know, Black places like that. So we're trying to do everything from start to finish, all touching Black hands, and that's our goal for the long term.
Sweet. All right, so that's it with Justin, man. I appreciate you for your time. Support Black colleges, man. So if you like this video, comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
There it is.
Yeah, we'll like it. We'll drop a quick like for our boy here, Rich. Such a fire video, bro. Good job. That was actually amazing. I mean, it was simpler than the last video, but I actually liked that. And some key takeaways I would say is like the fact that he mentioned how he just started with 50 bucks a day and he was willing to lose all that. And his strategy was super simple, just $5 a day per ad set, 10 ad sets, literally as simple as it gets. And honestly, that's kind of my strategy too. If you guys want to check out the full Facebook ad strategy video I did, like actually showing you like the step-by-step progression from my brand back then, it's actually one of my most popular videos in the last year, and it's basically what he just explained. So make sure you check that out. But I really love these videos. They're so inspiring because in my opinion, these guys are literally making like 7 figures a month off of very simple concepts, but they've just been grinding and been consistent, and through that consistency and their determination, they've been able to scale their businesses tremendously. And it's funny how he's like, yeah, our goal is scaling even though they're doing 30K days. That's just insane, and I absolutely love this type of stuff. I'm so grateful for all the information out here on YouTube, and that's why I like making these reaction videos. So with that said, of course, let me know in the comments what you think of the video. If you have any video suggestions or whatever it may be, even if you just want to say what's up to me, you already know I'll be answering everything in the comments. And of course, make sure you check out Netsphere. If you don't know what that is, just check it out in the description. That's all I'm gonna say. It's pretty fire, and I would love for you to join. But yeah, pretty dope stuff. I'm definitely feeling inspired and motivated. Hopefully you do too. But with that said, shout out to Rich, shout out to Justin. You guys are amazing. Thank you for making these videos, and thank you for watching these videos and liking these videos and subscribing to the channel. So with that said, I'll see you in my next video. Peace.